Hollow Knight Silksong has finally been revealed as an actual existing game that will eventually come out. It exists! And I'm really excited about it. But I wanted to talk about something that always has had me worried, and I only was able to put it into a clear thought when I got to see this video. It has nothing to do with what I'm going to talk in this one, but it did help. Go check it out. Link in the description. So, Silksong is a game that has been expected for 3 years now, I think. At least that is the time I started waiting for it, since it's the time I finished Hollow Knight for the first time. After 112 hours of playtime. I won't say I'm proud of that, but I kind of am. Now, there is an obscure phenomenon in psychology when your hopes aren't fulfilled to the fullest. This is called disillusion.
Disillusion.
The bigger your hopes, the bigger chance to be disillusioned. Vocabulary.com defines it as, when you're disillusioned, you are wiser, but not necessarily happier. You've learned from experience that life isn't always how you like it to be. Which I disagree with. You're not necessarily wiser. Usually people are not smart enough to be wiser from a bad experience and they just get bitter. The webpage continues giving examples. Getting divorced could leave you disillusioned about marriage and love. Everyone gets disillusioned at some point, and it's usually a bit depressing. Sounds like this author had some issues in their life. Often ignorance really is a bliss. Which I also disagree. I don't understand how people can be happy without knowing the whole truth of something. But that is a topic for another day. You know where I'm going with this. The hopes for Silksong are huge as a result of the great success Hollow Knight had in the first place. And don't get me wrong, I am excited about it too. But we have to always keep in mind facts in the world, such as developers are human, and they can make mistakes or simply not have the same vision as you would for the perfect sequel of your favorite game. And that doesn't mean the game will be bad, or even that it's a game that you won't enjoy. If you went to a game with zero expectations, blank mine, you'd probably enjoy it more than if your expectations are crushed by the inevitable existence of reality. I know it happened to me with Doom Eternal. It is a good game and it was critically acclaimed and many people loved it, but it was kind of ruined by my mental prejudices. It got kind of overcomplicated compared to what my vision of Doom was, which is fluid slaughter and carnage as some badass character without a need of a backstory to be badass. That I liked about Doom 2016, and it was such a change from its prequel that I didn't even finish it. I got disillusioned and my experience of the game got kind of ruined. But it is a good game. I probably would have enjoyed it more if I had gone without the idea that it was going to be like my vision of Doom. And this is not the only example. We have Cyberpunk 2077. The expectations for this game were so incredibly unreachable that even when it eventually came out, well, even without the literal unplayable bugs that it had, the game wouldn't revolutionize anything in the gaming community.
I'm excited for the game. I think it looks like it's going to be a good game, but I'm not worshipping it like a lot of Twitter and Reddit seems to do. Before the game even comes out, it's achieved this godlike status where anything less than a life-changing experience is going to disappoint a lot of people. And I think that fucking sucks because that's a lot of unnecessary expectations to place on a fucking video game.
And those crushed expectations just made the critics go even harder on the game. Again, besides the horrible optimization the game had and the funny bugs, you know what? Probably a bad example. You can see Undertale instead. Undertale was such a great model game, a revolutionary experience, and simply put, a brilliant and smartly designed game that understands well what makes a good RPG work, so much that it can upend expectations and delivers something that's almost a satire of the genre. It's such a pretty game that not only matches the expectations, it opens them. Whatever that means. Anyway, this only means its sequel was probably going to have ginormous expectations down the line. And the developer Toby Fox knew this. So he instead went out and took a path that I personally find beautiful. By the way, I was really worried at first about making this. The expectations for my next work would be really high. So high that I knew that no matter what I did, I felt like people would be underwhelmed. Undertale? You get it? If you played Undertale, I don't think I can make anything that makes you feel that way again. However, it's possible I can make something else. It's just something simple, but maybe you like it. I think this is an amazing remark. I don't think I can make anything that makes you feel that way again, but I can make something else. This way it made such a clear cut. It is still a passion project and something he wants to do, but have in mind most probably won't be the same thing the last game was. And that doesn't make it a bad game. It's a different experience.
What made me enjoy Deltarune Chapter 1 even more was acknowledging that it wasn't going to be another Undertale.
I'm sorry, maybe I'm rambling. Sometimes I don't know how to make the line of thought for these videos when I have so many comments I want to let out, but the point that I'm trying to get is, you probably have high expectations for your favorite soon-to-come-out video game, but always have in mind that it's probably not going to be exactly what you long for 3 years or more. Instead, try to understand when you play it the creative choices that were taken into consideration by the developers, and understand that in most cases these games are still made with passion, love, and consideration to its followers. They just have a different vision, that's all. And unfortunately, we cannot change that. If we could, then there would be 27 million Silksong coming out in the next year or so, each one to each player's specifications and desires. And well, no, I guess we cannot have that right now. So just be kind, be hopeful to get what you want, but also be understanding of that which you do get. Anyway, if you like to see more videos of mine, I have them. I upload eventually, but I hope you like them. Have a nice day. We have Cyberpunk 2016. No, we have Cyberpunk. We have Cyberpunk 2066. 2066. Cyberpunk 2077.